Okay, I'm going to model for you how to create a reader response entry using our reader response sentence starters. Now, while you're in class, the days you're in class and we use this, we'll actually have this paper. But what you'll notice in Schoology on the assignment is I have taken and just cut and pasted the ones that you have to do, and I've placed them in the assignment. So that way you can just see just the two that you're responsible for. I also have this whole document attached there, and you also saw it in the weekly recap, but it is just there for you to kind of get used to seeing this document. As far as the assignment goes for this week, all you have to do is sentence starter number 1, and you'll also be doing sentence starter number 3. Now these are going to be based on your reading of pages 3 through 16 in My Favorite Chaperone. And as I said, I have these cut and pasted for you in Schoology. So when you click on the assignment, when you click submit, you can use them right there in Schoology, or you can write them on a piece of paper like I'm about to do, and you can take a picture of it and you can submit that picture instead. So either way is fine, typing directly in Schoology or taking a picture of your writing. So since you have to do number 1 and number 3, I'm gonna do number 2 here as a sample. So let's take a look at what you have to do first. The first thing it tells me to do is choose an event or character action that has occurred. So I'm gonna think of something that has happened, basically. Then I'm gonna predict, it says predict what you believe will happen as a result and give your reasoning based on the text. So I'm gonna predict, make a judgment about what I think will happen, and then kind of say why. Now here's the nice thing about this is it actually gives you some sentence starters. You can actually steal all of these bold words. They can all appear in your answer. But every time you come to one of these little ellipses, these 3 dots, that means something's missing, and that's where your brain comes in. That's where your ideas come in. So I kind of have like a skeleton of an answer here, but I've got to put all the meat on it. I've got to put the real part that matters on it. My text evidence, my thoughts, my ideas. So this one says, because I'm making a prediction, remember, in this section of my novel / of the text, so we can even say of the story for this one since it's a story, blank has blank. So that's going to be my character action. I believe that blank will be a result. And here's where I'm going to put my reasoning because. So I'm actually going to use this one with a story that I'm reading in one of my other classes. And one of the characters has actually just fallen off of a ship in that story. And so that's what I am going to start with. So I'm going to start with, in this section of my story, Rainsford is the character's name. So I'm going to put Rainsford has fallen off a ship. All right, so I got one sentence, and that is my occurrence. That is the thing that has happened. He has fallen off the ship. So now I have to decide what I believe is going to result from that and explain why. So I'm going to say, I believe he will survive and be found. So I'm thinking that he's still going to be alive. And now I have one more sentence to go, and I have to say why I think this is a result. I feel this will be the result because, and here's where I'm really showing my reasoning. What is it in the text that makes me think that? And what happens in the story is the author gives me a lot of clues about this character. And so I think that he can survive this because we really know a lot about his survival instincts already. So I feel this will be the result because he is shown to have a lot of survival skills and instincts. So his conversations have told me, because he's a hunter and because he's an outdoorsman, that he knows a lot about kind of dangerous situations, and I think that he is going to survive this falling off of the ship. So basically I have met the requirements. You'll see in Schoology, it tells you that you have to have 3 sentences total for each entry. It also says that down here, and that is the requirement. And when you get into Schoology, you'll see that you're going to do number 1 about a character's feeling and number 3 about a character's motivation. And once you read about Maya in My Favorite Chaperone, I think you'll have a good idea of what to write for each of these. And then this is my example, how I have put together 3 full sentences, and I have included all the places that I needed to fill in my thoughts and my ideas. So this is how you complete a reader response entry.